This is Damon Stevens with FinWealth Builders, and today is Sunday, September 12th, 2021, and this is a Monday prep video to give you an idea of what we're looking for this week and opportunities that may help you as you're in your trading. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up and the likes so that we can continue bringing this content to you. Let's recap the Friday session, which was very interesting. A nice little wave here, a little fake out that I saw going on during the day. But if you're able to follow it, there was definitely some opportunities here. So you can see the Dow Jones closed down 271 points or 0.78%, NASDAQ down 0.87%, and the S&P 500 down 0.77%. So we're seeing a few days decline here, a pullback, as we say. We talked about this in our prior videos and earlier in the week that this was a possibility. And on Friday, it showed that this was actually what was going to come about. And you can see here on the Dow Jones, you can see this nice curve down. So there was a pull down right at the very beginning. You had a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of retracement, about half of it, and then back down again. And so we're looking at, there could be a continuation into Monday or early this week. Or find support here, because some of these stocks are, especially these index funds, are right kind of at a pivot where they could go up or they could go down. And we'll look at some charts to show that, but we're going to keep an eye on these to see which the price action is in the pre-market, and hopefully give us an indication on which direction it's going to go. You can see this, the NASDAQ follow the same pattern, the same with the SPY. And looking at the heat index here, you can see that the heat index was very red across the board. And so obviously there was a lot of weakness in the market, a lot of pullbacks, but we had like record earnings or like record reports coming in. So obviously that's going to contribute to this. And looking at the scanner, you can see the top one was ISEE and Echo was the two that were at the top. AFRM was actually the one that actually traded. Actually, this has been a multi-day trade for those who have been involved in watching our videos and also involved in the trading. Some of these stocks, hit our scanner, like I said, in our videos. Typically, we keep these on for a couple of weeks if they continue to show opportunities for scalping or day trades. So let's kind of get into the rest of the charts here and take a look at what's going on. So on Friday, ISEE was one of the ones that was on the scanner. Did not trade this one. There's others that we were looking at, so we'll get more into those. RKLB was one from last week as well. This was a multi-day trade. You can see here the low was 781, the high was 2087. It gave you a little bit, not like a huge ride on this one, but enough to where you can make some money on this one, especially at the cost of the stock. But you see here that you had a huge pullback down to the level here at 1781 and back up at a high of 1933, a little bit higher, I guess, towards the end of the day. You see this pullback as well, so it's retraced back. It's above the 200 still, above this support level that we have here. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that and see if there's another play in this early this week. My focus is definitely not going to be on this one either this week, unless there's some good price action. So just to be clear on that, EFTR was another multi-day trade. Gives a great range, $23.88 to $32. So on this price stock, you can do very well. So you can see here that gave you right on Friday as well. So we'll see if this remains flat. Again, this one was last week's stocks, and it may give us an additional ride, but we'll take a look and see what happens. Zscaler also, you can see here that with earnings coming out, the high was 289 and the low was 272.24, and then it kind of just tapered off down. You see it's below the moving averages. This may continue to be a shorting opportunity. It may continue to taper down until we get some support down here. The low right now is around 269. So if it breaks that, we'll short it. If it stays above that, we may have support, may pull up, maybe over the next few days. But a huge range on Zscaler, so a great stock to trade. Affirm, we just talked about this, mentioned this real early. We got some great price action. You see here our high is 146.90. That's where our goal is. You see here that we had some resistance here also at 129. We're not quite there yet. Going to look for continuation towards the highs, hopefully, more around 147. So we'll look for a continuation on Monday and see if we continue to go up or if we pull back. We do have a gap down here to fill at some point, but so far it's looking good. Earnings for this week, short calendar. So Oracle is the only one I have marked out here. We'll continue to watch the rest of them, of course, and see if they hit the scanner or if we see some, large movements. But last week was a much better week. So I was excited about last week. This week, not as exciting, but we will see what the market brings and what these stocks can bring as far as earnings. Tesla had a nice pullback here from this climb here. We consolidated for quite some time, had a nice bull movement. We hit the resistance here at 1748, and we pulled right back down here at where we broke out. So that's normal to see that. I'm looking for a bounce here. If I don't see a bounce and it actually drops in pre-market, I'll be looking at support down here at the next support level, which is around 723, and see if we can bounce off that, and that may be another ride back up here, similar to what you've kind of seen this last bounce. See this nice little bounce here. So we'll see if the 20 can hold support if it needs it, and continue trading Tesla. AMC, nice and bullish. You see this nice bullish curve here. And so we're going to continue to see, since we're above resistance now, that could become support. See if we can ride back up towards the $62 range is our goal over this next week. Moderna, nice bullish run. You see this nice little cup here that we have formed. It's just barely broke above resistance and pulled back. So that's a little bit of a weakness. It may continue to pull back here to this 410 mark. So we'll see either that, or if we can break up above 456, we may be able to go higher. So we're going to be watching that price action as well. This is the three that continue to trade and until we continue to monitor. So you can see that NVAX had a pullback, and it found support on the 20, which is great. I mean, it's still bullish and it could still pop up here. So we're looking for a continuation of at 242 or higher, back up towards the highs. If it breaks below the 242 level, we could be coming back to 225. So just make sure you lock in profits and make sure that you're trading with a size that you're willing to lose if it does turn on you. So the next one, the third, is BNTX. You see, we had a lot of patience here. You can see it's pulling back up now. Hasn't hit the resistance level of 355, so we'll continue to see if that can play up there. But it's above all the moving averages, so a nice bullish momentum right now. NVIDIA, watching that one, we had a nice bull run again. We found resistance, obviously, across the board here. We're in this little channel, looking for a breakdown for a short at 224 or to go long 230. So looking for a sign of what direction we want to go, and then we'll jump on board. Peloton had this big, huge pullback, and then you can see here just a nice relief rally to retrace back up through that relief, that pullback. So you see here, we had quite a rally right up to close to 119, pull back to 114. We're going to see, if we can find support here and rally back up towards that 118. If we break out, then 127 on the next docket, then up to 129. So looking for a continuation play there. Disney, nice bullish run up, right up to the same level that we had back here in early August. So seeing that we found resistance there again, nice little pullback. Pullback is almost 50% of this breakup candle. Looking to see if we have a pullback, possibly clear down to 101 or to 180. I'm sorry. So we're going to look on Monday to see if we break this 5, around 184. If we go below 184, I'll look for a small short to 180. If we can break back up over 185, 186, then we'll continue to see if we can run this back up to 189. The dollar is just kind of flat, consolidating under this resistance level here. So not much to say on that one. The VIX, big, huge spike. This is what we got to be careful with. We talked about this last week. That if this gets over 20, be real careful that the market continue pulling back. And you see here on this last spike we had back here in mid-August, you had the big long spike, kind of like what we have here. And then you had an additional spike up towards 24, which is what we had back here in July as well. So that could possibly happen. If it does, we're going to see additional pullbacks tomorrow and probably early this week. So we got to definitely watch for this momentum. So keep the VIX on your watch list so you can kind of make sure that you can take that consideration on the play. So you see here's the reaction to the VIX with a SPY pulling back. It's above the 50, kind of between the 50 and the 20. You can see here we found support on the 50 before, so we look to have that continue. So 441 is the line in the sand. If it goes below 441, then you'd be real careful because we could be pulling clear back here to 429. That would be a huge drop and it caused a lot of panic selling. So we've just got to keep an eye on that, make sure we understand the levels, see if we can find support here at the 445 and go back to 447 or higher tomorrow. Triple Qs pulling back, it's above the 20, which is good. See if we can find support at that 20 and pull back up towards new highs. Semiconductors, it's at the 20 right now. Looking for, again, a bounce off the 20, back up north to keep that bullish momentum going. Dow Jones, you can see here, we had support before the 100. We had it again here, around the 50 here, and now we're coming back down. And so hopefully we get a little bit of bounce here, maybe around the 340 level, 345. If we can, then we can continue bouncing back up here. So just keep an eye on that. The open, IWM, pull back, now supporting the 100, looking for a bounce off that level. If we look at this one, this is the financials, and you see here we had a round up, found resistance, pull back to the 50, back up, found resistance, pull back to the 50. So we're looking to see if that can bounce off here. So financials, XLF may have a good play here on Monday as well if we can hold that support and not break down back to the 100. So that's looking good. Gold, flat and lower. Silver, kind of pulling back lower, retrace this whole amount of this first breakup candle. We're finding right on support here. Just really watching this one to see if we're gonna have a breakdown to where, you know, you have a good short down to the 22-ish level, 22, maybe 2240 level. So just keep that in mind on silver. Bitcoin consolidating here, a little bearish here, so just keep that in mind. We got the 100 down here. It's come down, try to touch it before. It could happen again. But yeah, nice bearish momentum here. Ethereum flat as well. Trying to get some direction from Bitcoin, and the same with XRP, kind of flat for right now. But that's the stocks we're watching for Monday. Looking forward to a great volatile week here, which provides opportunities. So just be ready. Make sure you keep your stop losses in. Make sure you're locking in profits this week, especially with the volatility, and stay on the right side of the market. You know, the trend's your friend until, you know, something changes here, and that's what we're looking for. We're at a pivot right now, looking for some direction tomorrow morning to tell us which way we want to go for this week. So keep that in mind. Everybody have a great night, and we will be talking again tomorrow night.